Hello, introducing and engaging systems, more specifically, the real American vote. We have a decision on November 5th, 2024, to elect the president to run the United States of America. This election is bigger than just an election. We are ushering in a whole new age. There's so much on the table this election that just is beyond human powers. That being said, I am going to just say our government came about because of the Boston Tea Party with the overtaxation of Britain to the original 13 colonies. That being said, was why we are founded this government in 1789. It actually went up running. Um, for we the people. The original three words in the Constitution was we the people, to serve the citizens. So we the people vote an individual to speak on our behalf. And this president is speaking on behalf of the American people. I'm not getting that. I don't feel like we're getting spoken for at all. To be quite frank, I feel we're still being bamboozled. I'm just going to keep the math basic and clear. If you want more, there's definitely more out there, and there's plenty to come. Because for the next 20 days, I intend on drilling the fact that we, the American public, do not have to do this. We do have a choice to make as to whether we're going to sit back and watch, or whether we're really going to stand up and stand for something. Finally, I was a little thrown back in February during Black History Month when I visited the library and I was given a Black activist book, journal, quite frankly. It's about maybe 30 pages of actual activism that we are taking to actually make some changes. Like it or not, our government has to change. This implementations, and again, they enacted a amendment for the Constitution in 1992, and some of the wording I find a bit more degrading. But what really did strike me as hitting was the fact that um, it still represented the free people, etc. We'll get into that tomorrow, but I'm only going to state this as fact one for today as to why change has got to go down. Number one, I'm going to place this election as a parallel to Jesus at the Sea of Galilee when he was throwing the net out to the fishes. He was referencing the change from Aries to Pisces. I need us to really truly recognize that we have changed from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. Cat, I can't do anything but speak truth. Thank you for introducing that this year. Ultimately, again, that's how I choose to see this election, as our true seeing of the fact that we are in change. Ushering in the age of Aquarius, I need you to understand what that means. The age of Pisces was about money, power, and control, characterized by hierarchies, machines, and the illusion of separation from nature and one another. That's come to an end. The age of Aquarius is just that. It is the age of ushering in the overthrowing of unjust governance. It's time to change up what we've, quote, been used to. The red pill, the Republican pill, the blue pill, the Democratic pill. Let's usher in the purple. Because to be quite frank, my biggest beef is the fact that, again, we had a presidential debate with just Camilla and ex-President Trump. I'm sick and tired of you calling him president. He is not the current president. Stop referring to that man like that. You call Bill Clinton X, you call Obama X, call Trump X. He is not the president yet. We still have an election to perform. So again, we the American people are voting. And again, they are not representing us, and they are lying yet again, because Camilla and President Trump are not the only ones on the ballot. As you can clearly see, we have others. Cornel West, I'm not advising. Jill Stein, Chase Oliver. They are also on the ballot. Can you tell me why they wasn't in the presidential debate? Explain that to me. Because again, we're so busy getting bamboozled and brainwashed into everything else. Tell me why 3 other people are on the ballot and nobody got to hear their stand on, because I watched the debate. We talked about the economy and the cost of living, abortions, border restrictions, the rule of law and law enforcement. We talked about Afghanistan, Ukraine, Russia, all of which has nothing to do with Americans. Let's talk about it, people. Why are we talking about the Ukraine and what we dished out in money to the Ukraine? Why is that a topic of conversation? What have we dished out to the American people? The people. I know, again, I hear a lot of complaining about how the government sees my paycheck, but we don't see our government for anything else. That part. Why is it that, again, we choose who our elected officials are? Is that really true? Because to be quite frank, we had a young man that was arrested in Chicago for selling Obama's seat. How do you sell a seat that the American public is voting on? Make that make sense, people. So again, this election, let's stop with the red and blue. Let's go for purple. Go for purple. I don't care what you choose. Not Cornel West. Yes, I do care. I care. Not Cornel. I'm going to tell you now. Me, myself, I'm telling everybody, Jill Stein. At least I contacted her. When I talk reparations, Jill's talking over 400 years, this, that, and the third. Like it or not, everybody's going to have to be held accountable. We can only talk about what we, the American government, did to slaves prior to, but we're not. Every country doesn't want to touch it because everybody knows they had their hand in it. Folks stopped in Caribbean. Folks stopped in Russia. Folks stopped in Ireland. There's black folks everywhere. We are the global majority. I suggest y'all get on it. This time, the race card is on the table. Have somebody finally stand up for it. Yeah, I'm over 50. I'm American born. I don't know. I don't want to be president. I ain't going to hold you, but I start a whole new council. I think part of the problem is that we got money involved. How you got $1 billion campaign? The whole purpose behind our Constitution, when it states that our Congress and the House of Representatives, was to raise money for the American people. I don't see none. What happened? See you tomorrow. Like I said, it's time to vote.